Hello and welcome to Crypto Ecosystem and the 4 Simple Steps to Investing. This webinar is going to review with you exactly what is cryptocurrency in simple to understand language. And also I'm going to talk about what are the 4 simple steps to start investing in cryptocurrencies. My name is Sunday Lima. I'm your money gal and I'm so happy you're here. And I hope to exceed your expectations. Let me turn on my camera. So my story begins about a year and a half ago when the Federal Reserve here in the United States started printing trillions of dollars and pouring them into the economy. I got nervous. I do have a degree in finance, so I know what this means. It only means one thing, and that's, well, it means a lot of things, but inflation is sure to come. I wanted to protect my savings and my retirement, so I started researching and reading a lot, and everybody was talking about cryptocurrency and how it's, you know, the digital age is here. Cryptocurrency is going to disrupt everything. Now's the time to start investing. So I did a lot of research and I started investing and have definitely made a bit of money. I can't say that I've made money on all my investments. You know, as you know, investing in anything, it comes with risk. So you just need to do your research and only invest as much as you can lose. That's with anything. And just try to make smart decisions. So anyway, that's my story, and I want to share what I've learned with all of you. You know, it's confusing. Technology is new and innovative, and you know, technology in general is confusing. So my goal is to try to make it as unconfusing and as clear as possible. So let's get right to it and look at our first slide, which is what is cryptocurrency? Well, it's often described as digital money or digital currency. And it can either be centralized or decentralized. What makes cryptocurrency so unique? Well, there's many things that make it unique, but one is many cryptocurrencies are decentralized, which means there isn't one central authority or one controlling entity of the project or the business or the protocol. So as you can see in the diagram, a centralized entity, you've got, you know, the company, and then you have all the clients, right? And they all have to go to the company to do all their transactions. Well, with decentralized transactions, it's just peer-to-peer. There is no central authority controlling everything. There's no central authority where you can get in there and, you know, there's no way to disrupt it. You can't, I gotta figure out what to say there. Anyway, so think of cryptocurrency and blockchain like the internet. So the internet is like a transfer of information. Cryptocurrency and blockchain technology that it runs on is also a transfer, but not just information, but you can transfer value now, and it is secure, unlike the internet. And the internet, you can always hack somehow. There's, you know, you can have all the security in the world, but you know, things do happen. So, but with blockchain, the blockchain is out there and it's transparent for everyone to see. And it takes, all the information isn't just in one place where you can go in and corrupt that information. The information is on hundreds or thousands of computers throughout the world, sometimes tens of thousands, millions. And so you can't corrupt the information because then it wouldn't reconcile, right? Everybody has to have the same information. Think of it like you have your checkbook and you have your ledger as to what money you're spending and what money you're depositing, and you have that checkbook in your possession. No one can see it. Well, with the blockchain, that ledger is out in the open for everyone to see. So all transactions, like for example, depositing money or withdrawing money, is going to be out there on the blockchain. So, and it's confirmed by many computers. So, you know, disrupting it or corrupting it in any way is almost impossible. I'm not going to say it's impossible, because it isn't. If you could get 50,000 or 100,000 or, you know, 500,000 people to agree that they're going to do something nefarious, then you could possibly disrupt it. But the chances of that happening are almost impossible. So the ecosystem contains assets. So when people think about cryptocurrencies, they think about money or digital money, digital currency. They think that it's just a means of buying and selling things, or, you know, using it like you would cash or your credit card. And yes, although there are some cryptocurrencies that do act or are a store of value and you can use to make transactions, most of them are actually not currencies. They are actually protocols and enterprises or businesses. And a lot of people don't realize this. So we're going to go through these three types of crypto assets. So first, currencies. We know of currency as fiat currency. We have our dollar. You know, in China, they have the yuan. In Europe, they have the euro. So these are forms of currency, and the value that they have is the value that we place on them. They're not backed by anything. Our dollar used to be backed by gold until 1971, when President Nixon took us off the gold standard, and inflation went crazy because they were printing and now there was nothing backing it. So so yeah, with fiat currencies, governments control these currencies, and they can have as much as they want printed, which puts a country further into debt as you print money. And then as you print money, you know, supply and demand, if there's a huge supply of something, then the demand for it is going to go down, right? Because most people are going to be able to have access to it. But if there's a short supply of something, there'll be a lot more people wanting that item. So that's when the prices go up. So think about money. If there's a bunch of money out there, the price is going to go down for that money, meaning the value of the dollar will go down because there's so much of it in circulation. And that's how inflation works. So I see us coming into an era of super high inflation because of all the money printing. Now, cryptocurrencies, on the other hand, are not controlled by governments. They are decentralized, meaning nobody controls them. And many of them have a limit to how many can be produced, which would stop any chance of inflation on that value. You know, dollars you can keep printing. Cryptocurrencies, for example, Bitcoin, there can only be 21 million mined. I'm not sure how many is in circulation right now, but to create a new Bitcoin, computers have to process algorithms and mathematical equations and solve these really complicated equations to create one coin. So, meaning a coin is not really a physical coin, it's just a, you know, an imaginary coin is what they call them. So as soon as a computer goes through enough mathematical calculations to create a Bitcoin, it's a particular software, and each coin has its own software that runs a certain mathematical equation. And once it solves that equation, it gets a Bitcoin, and a Bitcoin is created. And then the miner is paid through owning that coin that he or she just mined, and then that can be sold into circulation. So once some of them are unlimited, like Dogecoin, there can be an infinite number of Dogecoin created. So as more and more Dogecoin is created, if the demand isn't there, the value is going to go down. But if there's still a lot of demand for it, well, the value will go up for the price to go up. So same thing with Bitcoin. And so there's other ones like Doge, like Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash. There's a lot of other ones that just hold value. They don't have any other utility. There's nothing else that that coin can do besides hold value and be used as a means of trading, cryptocurrency for a service or a product or another currency. Protocols, crypto protocols. To understand crypto protocols, we have to look at internet protocols. It'll help you understand them better. So when you go to a website, you'll see in the address bar, it'll say HTTP. Sometimes it'll say HTTPS. This is Hypertext Transfer Protocol. And this tells the computer, it gives it the rules on what to do with the information that you're giving it. It's like the backbone, it's like the pipes, it's like the infrastructure of the internet. So it gives you the rules on how to surf the net. And then there's also an SMTP, which a lot of you are probably familiar with if you've had to do anything in your settings for your email, but this stands for Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. And it gives the rules for sending out email, like it's the foundation of the email service that we use. So think of cryptocurrency and crypto protocols as like Internet 2.0. So crypto has its own protocols, which is like the backbone, which gives the rules for the project. Like what do you do with the information? For the internet, the protocols HTTP and SMTP, they are worth trillions, right? But you can't invest in them because Amazon, Google, Facebook, they all have already, they already have taken these profits on these protocols. So there's no way to get into that. But the good news is with crypto protocols, it's in its infancy stage. We're at the beginning. So if we can figure out which crypto protocols are going to be worth something in the future, that's a huge gain. That would be a huge gain for any of us. Of course, we can't tell the future, but we can do our research and look into the different protocols that are out there that are for sale. Who is the management team? What does the protocol do? What is the service that it's providing? What's the infrastructure that it's providing? And can probably make, some educated guesses to some investments in protocols. And the other, wanted to tell you a couple examples of crypto protocols. There's the Bitcoin protocol, there's the Ethereum protocol. So not only do you have a Bitcoin that holds value that you can buy and sell or use to buy things, but there's also a Bitcoin protocol that the Bitcoin trades on. So there's a bunch of blockchains. Blockchains are hard to understand, but there's a bunch of blocks of information and they're all connected. And once so many transactions take place, there's many transactions in one block. And once that takes place and the block closes, it can never be changed. It is permanent. It's a permanent record. and it's transparent. Anybody can go out into the internet, into the blockchain, and look at these blocks and look at all the transactions inside the blocks and see what took place, right? You can see the addresses that things came from and went to. You know, you're not going to see Sunday Lima, you know, sent 2 Bitcoins to John Doe. You're not going to see that. But you are going to see my public key for my Bitcoin, and you're going to see John Doe's public key also for me for sending and receiving. I'm not sure if that's right. Crypto enterprises. So crypto enterprises are, it's blockchain technology and crypto protocols have led to new enterprises being built and distributed to investors as crypto assets. So what these are actually businesses. They're like applications, you know, like there are tokens online, you know, they're cryptocurrencies or tokens that you can buy that can be used for borrowing money or lending money, or smart contracts. If you want to have a contract between somebody and have it in writing, well, you can do that on the Ethereum blockchain, for example. Crypto enterprise tokens provide investors exposure to particular businesses, which could be in the form of utility, which is like what I just talked about. One example would be dApps. These are decentralized applications. So I wanted to show you what Ethereum has in terms of dApps. I'm going to turn off my video for a minute while we look at the internet. So a lot of dApps are still experimental, testing the possibilities of decentralized networks. So this is all new, but there have been some successful early movers. Decentralized finance, which is otherwise known as DeFi. These are applications that focus on building out financial services using cryptocurrencies, and they offer lending, borrowing, earning interest, and private payments. And no personal data is actually required. So what this means for a lot of people, there's a lot of people in other countries that don't have access to banks. They don't have access to borrowing money or lending money. Like imagine if we could not borrow money. You know, we live off of credit. We buy a car using credit. We buy a refrigerator using credit. We buy furniture using credit. We buy houses using credit. So my life would be completely different if I didn't have access to credit or borrowing. And there are many people in other countries that simply don't. Cryptocurrency is going to change that for them through DeFi, decentralized finance. They're going to be able to borrow money. And another thing that you can do is you can earn interest on your money through crypto. Instead of putting it in a savings account in your bank and earning, you know, 1 or 2%, which is actually costing you money to put it in there, because with insurance at inflation at 6%, you know, if you have inflation at 6% and so you're losing 6% of value in your dollar and you're making 2% in the bank, you're actually losing 4% by putting your money in the bank. So DeFi makes so much sense if you've got any kind of savings by staking your crypto, that's what it's called, and earning interest. And I've seen interest anywhere from 4% in crypto all the way up to 30%. So there's lending and borrowing, token swaps. You can buy Uniswap and Ethereum, for example, and then put them on an exchange so they can use them as liquidity, meaning they can use them for lending, and then you gain interest for letting them use your tokens for liquidity. And by liquidity, I mean, you know, if you have liquidity, it gives the exchange more tokens to work with. that they can lend out. And then here there's, more things, peer-to-peer trading platform. Here, the Augur, you can bet on outcomes of sports, economics, and more world events. So this is like a gambling token. You can make bets on the blockchain. You don't need the intermediary person anymore. You can just go peer-to-peer. So there's no one's taking money off the top. Pool Together is a lottery. You can't lose, prizes every week. So this looks like something that you buy. Instead of buying lottery tickets, you buy lottery crypto. And then each week there's a winner. And this is all, decentralized on the blockchain. The IndexQ, a crypto index fund that gives your portfolio exposure to top DeFi tokens. I'm not sure what that is. Tornado Cash, it looks like you can send money to somebody anonymously where it doesn't show, it's not transparent on the blockchain. Insurance, you can get insurance coverage without a company, get protected against smart contract bugs and hacks, etc. All right, so let's move on. Let me go back to our PowerPoint and moving on. So think of the ecosystem as Internet 2.0. In time, crypto assets will change life as we know it again, just like the internet did. The internet changed our lives. Crypto is going to change our lives again and in a bigger way. Imagine your life being changed in a bigger way than the internet changed our lives. We're truly entering into the digital age. All right, so now that we've learned, I'm going to turn off my video again. Now that we've learned about what crypto is and how it's more than just currency, let's look at how you invest. Let's say you want to buy some Bitcoin or you want to buy some Ethereum. So how do you do it? There's 4 steps. You need to first set up a wallet. Then you need to open an exchange account. Then you need to buy your crypto. And then, very important, you need to transfer it to a secure wallet that you just set up. So setting up a wallet, there are 2 different types of wallets. You've got, well, there's more than 2, but the 2 basic ones is a hot wallet and a cold wallet. A hot wallet is an internet-based wallet. It's easily accessible. It's used for everyday money. It's more liquid, meaning you can have access to your money more quickly and easy to use. It's connected to the internet, so it is higher risk. So I would recommend starting with a hot wallet because they're so much easier to use and more easily accessible. Until you start investing a lot of money, a hot wallet's fine. When you get into, $50,000 of your money, then you're going to want to invest and learn how to use a cold wallet, which is external. It's not connected to the internet. It's offline. So that it's not as easily accessible, so it's less liquid. It's used for storing large amounts of crypto, more difficult to use, and it's not connected to the internet. So there's lower risk in it. That's why I suggest if you are investing a lot of money to get a cold wallet. And I recommend Exodus. I use Exodus as my hot wallet. And you can go to exodus.com, click on download the app and follow the instructions. I do have an online course that walks you through screen by screen, step by step, how to set up a wallet. If you're interested, I will give you that information at the end of the webinar. You can also find it on my website, yourmoneygal.com. So on Exodus, you can set up your wallet on your desktop, you can set it on your mobile phone, or you can set it up on both. And it's protected by a long password. Like my password is, I don't know, 7 words. or 10 words. And then also there's two-factor authentication. So not only do I need to know that really long password, which is like, 30 characters long, I also need to authenticate it using my phone. So there's double security there on a mobile phone and on the desktop. So anyway, I recommend Exodus. Opening your first exchange account, I recommend Coinbase. There's a lot of exchanges. There's Binance and there's Kraken, and there's a bunch. But Coinbase is really easy to use. The interface is easy. So, and they have a lot of cryptocurrencies on there until you start looking at cryptocurrencies that aren't as known, would you need to go to another exchange. But most of the most common cryptocurrencies can be found on Coinbase. And so to open an account on Coinbase, you would go to coinbase.com and click over here, sign up, and then walk through, each step. If you decide not to get the course that walks you through this and you just want to do it on your own, great. If you're tech savvy or have that confidence or just want to try it, I recommend that. If you get stuck at any moment and need my help, you want me to walk you through something, or you're not sure if what they're asking is you should be giving them. For example, if you're insecure or afraid, I do one-on-one consulting also. So you can go to my website and sign up for that as well at yourmoneygal.com. So here's Coinbase. I figured all this out on my own, trial and error. So some people can, but I do wish I had somebody that I could have called for help. So I don't know why I have this slide in here. I got to delete it. Oh, so now you're going to buy crypto. So buying crypto, there's so many to choose from. Bitcoin is the most popular and probably the safest in terms of risk, but there's so many. So when you're ready to, start investing, please be very careful. Do not get caught up in the hype of social media. There's a lot of scam coins out there. You do not want to, buy something that 2 days later is worth $0. So you want to make sure that you're buying, crypto that's backed by solid technology, solid management, solid team that's creating it. And anyway. So Bitcoin. So let me just talk a little bit about Bitcoin. If you're thinking about buying some Bitcoin. Bitcoin, the inflation cannot affect it as there's a limited supply, around 21 million. It's not pegged to anything like the dollar was pegged to the gold. It is inversely correlated to the dollar. As more and more dollars are printed, the value of Bitcoin will go up because Bitcoin is finite. If we see another stimulus here in the US, which I believe we are, that means more dollars will be created and the value of Bitcoin will go up again. It'll continue to go up as we print dollars. Many funds like Grayscale are buying hundreds of millions worth of Bitcoin right now. And so once you're in Coinbase and you have an account set up, you can go to buy or sell and click there, and that's how you buy it or sell it. And when you're ready to send it to your wallet, you would click over here, send and receive, and follow the instructions. So storing your crypto means transferring it from Coinbase into your Exodus wallet. And once you do that, you can see it right here in this wallet. There is 0.00312336 Bitcoin. And at the time that I took this screenshot, that was worth $120. Now it's worth a lot more, I believe, because I did this video months ago and it's gone way up since. I think it's doubled. So this 120 is probably 240 now. But yeah, this Exodus wallet will show all that you've got. And so that's the end of our webinar. If you would like to schedule a private consultation or take my 1-hour course online, go to yourmoneygal.com and you'll see where you can sign up. And if you do have any questions, you can contact me. My email address is sunday@yourmoneygal.com. And yeah, so that's it. I hope you enjoyed this webinar. I hope I exceeded your expectations. I hope I explained things in clear, easy to understand language. And now that you know this much more, you probably have a lot more questions, right? The more you know, the more questions you have. But keep researching. There's a lot of information out there on the internet for learning. So follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok and all those, because I will be posting, a lot of interesting information all the time to help you learn and understand this new world of cryptocurrencies. Thank you for coming, and that's it. Have a great day.